don't have the tools needed to deal with this, but they are running this offensive dual lane to try and slow down the Meepo in the early phases of the game. But I still think he's going to pull out a 6-minute BOT worst case.
Yeah, definitely going to be a problem here for what's the name, our friends if they let this Meepo go rampant. You know, we have seen a lot of teams that are on paper weaker than some of the opponents they face, but given the special picks like Meepo, they can really put in the screws here and always want to fly. Might actually kill his opponent here if he's not careful. Twitch, he's got to be really careful here. And yeah, friends actually coming back in from the previous season, staying alive. Did they win? I think they won the whole thing the last time. And
I can check that really quick. But,
I think they won because Imperial lost. And no, First Blood going to the Meepo here hits the Jakiro right over the head, and Masakari actually does find the kill instead. So yeah, guys, if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Dota 2 Champions League. It's Season 9. And we're here with the second day of BO1. It's a single elimination. It's brutal. So any of your best teams, your favorite teams, could go out. Last season we saw Alliance team escape, take a fall. So always going to be a problem here if you're not careful. Undershock already taking some side hits here from this keeper of the light. Blink cheeky plays here.
Alright, so last time it was Flipside that took the win. Friends took second, but top, we've got a fight breaking out. Looks like Phoenix will be able to dive away. Yeah, really quite difficult for Yoku to get that Lucent Beam off to cancel the Icarus dive out. But bottom, looks like Jakiro's in trouble. Good two-man impale coming out from Afterlife, but the Cuddle Blast really putting a dent into No Fear's HP pool as he's gonna drop. It'll be the Dazzle claiming the second kill for Meow.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, this offensive dual lane not doing as envisioned for friends.
So how's the stream now?
Yeah, I was just about to tell you, it still isn't online on my end.
Still is online? Alright, so you're gonna have to talk this and hopefully we'll get it on track.
Alright.
I hate it when I'm hit with technical problems, especially when the game turns out good.
I know that feel, man. I've had the worst internet. I've had internet go down at the worst possible times on stream, so... Top lane, always wanna fly. Looks like he could be going down, but he's turning around here. Luna's walking in with a vengeance as well. As yeah, looks like it's just gonna fizzle out. Not too much happening there.
Okay.
This bottom lane,
though,
that's
back on for me. Alright. Oh, always want to fly dice to the Kodo, getting back just in time for that. But yeah, so hopefully that will be the last of this. Will be the last of that, and we'll have our proper gameplay here instead of solving technical issues. You know, that's why there are advantages to being in a studio. You know, just working streams alone is just rough. But yeah. Talk about Yoku having some free farm here on the top lane. We're gonna have it a little bit challenged there with the Kodo and the Phoenix starting that fire spam. We already have a level 3 Phoenix. And what I really like about this is that Phoenix was put in the off lane. Very seldom you see that happen. I've seen a lot of support Phoenixes or dual lane Phoenixes. But these guys actually start their Phoenix on the off lane. And I think that is where he is well, that's where he belongs actually, because that extra levels really help out for him. And Fire Spirits is a really good early game harasser. He messes up with the creep equilibrium because he denies, if you hit the enemy carry, they can't actually right click properly. Oh, Twitch might be in trouble here. He has to really back off in time. The night vision here from Twitch is gonna be strong. The beam comes out, it's not gonna be enough. Gonna have to right click. Yes, gets the second one out. Then Yoku will claim that kill, but he has dived a little bit far, and it's a Quas Wax Invoker. We didn't actually point that out, did you?
Nope, didn't quite see it myself, but he's gonna take an arrow to the back and he's down as well. That was actually really well done by Yoku. He managed to get the Lucent Beam cancelling out that Icarus dive midway, and that allowed him to chase past the tower with his creep wave backing him up. I'm not sure what the Invoker was doing there though. Crossvex Invoker not really hitting his stride right about now, still at level 5. He honestly had no business being there.
Yeah, I tried to push in for that follow-up gank on the Yoku, the Luna there, but he doesn't have the right spells invoked at the time actually. Just EMP and that Cold Snap, unable to get any vision on that. Oh, this arrow was right on the mark there for Ascendancy, but luckily for him, arrows do fade out over time for some reason here in the Dota world. And Sonic has to be careful here. Always want to fly. Oh, meanwhile, Yoku getting another kill on the Phoenix. It's very odd that the Phoenix dies again though. Should not
I think it was the same story all over again, cancelling out the Icarus type, but always wanna fly. Finds the Coddle, gets the arrow coming in as well. They'll body block him perfectly. Well executed.
That's a great.
Can it be?
I don't think it's gonna happen though. The heal comes out, but the Shadow Demon Illusion should pick him off, and now they're diving him in. Ascendancy taking some heavy pressure here from this Mirana. Undershock having a pretty good game now, having his long-range arrows set up perfectly by Always Wanna Fly. And we have a TP out, and Undershock might be looking for an arrow here. We'll look to shoot one right across the forest. Might find a Meepo, but a Meepo peeks out just at the right time, and Ascendancy now gonna poof out of his base, and he will. And Friends dive this tier 1 tower for nothing. But fortunately for them, it's now unguarded, so they can push it.
That was really close. Prospects Invoker, I think this is one of the few situations where it actually
I think I've
isn't
never
a
seen
bad
it in like
choice.
months at least.
Yeah, but I feel like Prospects Invoker has so much more value when you're trying to stop these pushes. So
It's
I guess
good
I could get
for messing with early game pushes because you fight so well in the early stages, and if you get a good early game going, you can kind of transition, pick up that Midas after your maybe some go Orchid, you can maybe pick up a Midas or build up to the Aghanim Scepter. In the end, you end up as the same Invoker. Okay, missing those spells here is not the plan. The EMP completely airballing there was definitely not the plan there, and now he gets hit by a 5-second arrow. This could be bad for him, but no, he will survive as the arrow is going to be just a little bit too wide there. And Twitch going to be burning some of his HP for that Fire Spirit. He doesn't have the ulti. I'm very surprised he dives in like this, but No Fear is going to tick down. Will he? Yes, he will. It's a double stun here. Masakari has a big streak on him, and Yoku is going to claim that right up along with the Phoenix. So in the end, turns out to be a pretty negative trade in that department. The Shadow Demon going down though, so that is Invoker's kill. So that Tornado EMP probably hitting there, or maybe just a setup from that Keeper.
Yeah, I kind of missed the action at mid, but that was a nice little play. Cute play coming out from Afterlife, really. He chose not to hit the Vendetta hit on an already graved up Phoenix, just lined it up for a 2-man impale, and that allowed the Luna to finish up on them. Good stuff from Friends so far. I think they are getting the better out of this top lane situation. Yoku's already 3-0 and 2 and is leading the net worth chart.
I mean, if we talk about the free farm, we have this Meepo already up at Boots of Travel. That's one of the things, sometimes mid Meepo you can gank him, but when you have that safe lane Meepo, he always has that window where he has that one item choice where he gets to farm undisturbed most of the time, because now the meta kind of leans towards trading off the farm, both safe lanes being able to take the farm they want. And now that Boost of Travel is online, he's going to farm a lot quicker. The power of the Boost of Travel on Meepo is that every one of his little clones does get the power
Top
up.
lane.
So, oh man, this Phoenix is just feeding left, right, and like I said, this Nyx Assassin is a big counter to this hero.
He's getting demolished here, and that'll be the end of the tier 1 tower at top as well. But the thing about Meepo is I feel like he's a double-edged sword, because yeah, he does get a lot of farm. He farms faster and gets a lot more levels than everyone else on the map, but the moment he dies, that is when he jumps into the first team fight, it sends so much gold and EXP going against him.
Yeah, it's kind of like an alchemist.
It's more about what he does with his first burst of farm as opposed to how well he actually farms, because he's almost always going to get the farm.
And but the thing is that a good Meepo will always be disastrous there, and a Tornado will fly out. No EMP on Undershock. No, not really a lot of mana to burn anyway. And just a little bit of harassment here from... Is that No? I think his name should be No. More like No. The sun is ready for Twitch.
I actually thought it was N90, but...
Was it N90?
No, that's just a crappy monitor. That's showing me the underscore as in 9. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but so far, looks like Friends are showing to be the better team that, well, at least the betting sites think they are. So, No Fear. He's gonna be here trying to hold the tower here from the Cotto, but the old man, he's got his own plans. Just sitting there, so brazen against a Nyx Assassin that's gonna be blinking away. Meanwhile, that courier going down in the middle lane, I think that holds the point booster of the Meepo. 1,200 gold. I can't select the courier right now, and yep, old man indeed. And yeah, he dies there. He hits the tower. He doesn't get them denied, but it's still
mission accomplished.
It's still a death on his side. Yoku has that Dragon Lance, so not going to be going for Aghanims. I'm a little sad. Masakari, oh, has to be careful here. There's a double damage. But they're coming in for this Luna, and they have trapped her in. Is that EMP as well? There's the fire, there's that flame, and that's Luna. Should not be getting out. And honestly speaking, I think she was being a little bit too arrogant, pushing so far up on her own.
Yeah, that warranted a death. Friends though, they're trying to use this space. They've got a smoke popped on the Mirana and the Jukiro, looking for something at mid, even putting down that deep observer ward behind the tier 1 tower, but unfortunately they're not going to find anyone as of now.
They start with a Moonlight. Maybe that's a good chance to get it. No, Oh no. Gotta be careful here. Are they gonna go for the blind arrow? Are they gonna start it with the ice power? It's gonna airball! And this is a problem. They have the EMP right under their noses. There's a spike character to deflect this, and he will kill himself at the back of that. But they do lose all their mana. Take quite a bit of damage here. No fear will actually get a disruption on him, but another Flame Spirit does get applied on that Jakiro. And he will be dropping low, but he will not be dying just yet. Twitch taking quite a fair bit of damage there under shock. He will claim that tower, and not gonna try and chance any kind of cheeky plays. His leap and Starfall combo just a little bit short, now topped up by the Arcanes. But Coddle still playing this Coddle game. Wow, this guy. No respect for boundaries.
He's dropped down 2 really deep observer walls. This allows the Meepo to push up to the tier 2 tower without actually fearing for his life as much. But he's got to be aware of Nyx Assassin coming in time and again.
Yeah, definitely has to watch out for that one. But I always want to fly. You see him going for the no poison build. I wouldn't say very interesting. It's actually a very common build, especially with the Luna in tow. Not even bothering with that burst damage that could be coming out from the poison. Just going for max disruption to get that early rat going. The soul catcher for probably bursting a Meepo or something. So I like to see his altered build, you know, it's just adapting to the situation. Dota is all about adaptation. Under shock, finding himself a invisibility rune. They actually deployed the dust there in case the Mirana was looking for something.
Well, we have seen a lot of these max disruption Shadow Demons coming out, especially when paired up with Luna. I'm curious to see if Sonic can actually hold the line with this Illuminate. He's got 3 points in it, almost has the 4th one in it as well. Not that annoying mana leak spamming Coddle that we've seen so often, especially
just
up against Timbersaw picks.
And I mean, this is a, you know, play Dota differently kind of lineup, you know. Pick a Meepo in the 4th pick, not a surprise last pick. Get that Quas Wax Invoker going. And yeah, very interesting, definitely. And picking a Phoenix off lane. Right now, I just want to see what he actually builds towards. He has started skilling that Sunray, so still gonna have that available for him. But 4 points in spirits. I really like this build, to be honest. It's where it's most effective.
And it's old school. It's great versus the Luna, great versus the Shadow Demon Illusions as well. But friends, they're doing what they do best with their lineup, just grouping up and starting to create some space for that Luna. Luna, meanwhile, she's cleaned up a stack of Ancients and is 1 step closer to that Mantis style. Once the Illusion army comes knocking at Meow's door, I worry for them.
I mean, again, we talked about it yesterday. It's not a big threat if you manage to keep map control. Maybe that's what this Meepo is for. Because the only time this strategy becomes really oppressive is when you're stuck in your base and illusions just keep coming, you have no way to break out of it. But this Meepo might be the solution to it. They're going for the tier 1 trade. They lose the tier 1 bottom already. They might lose another tier 2 if they do not respond. Will they actually go for the trade there? I wonder. Not sure they can actually trade in time, to be honest.
They probably can defend though. I mean, Supernova's available. They've got the Coddle who can get in position. Yeah, never mind. They've got No Fear already waiting behind. Nyx Assassin with a Blink Dagger already picked up.
Yeah,
Friends.
This seems like a really bad idea. Meepo gets himself a fifth brother, or 4th brother for now. But yeah, they're gonna be trading this tier 2 for tier 2, and Ascendancy will clear up the creep wave, allowing for a quick push. And now the Moonlight Shadows here. Looks like Friends are not gonna take this tier 2 push lying down. They have the the defensive weave being put down, the sentry ward being put there. Will the Nyx Assassin walk into it? Afterlife is not going to be there, and No Fear actually does get hit there. Ascendancy will actually get hit by an arrow, but there is an EMP, a defensive one that being deployed, and that's a great one to start a fight with. Twitch now gonna have that laser chase after Undershot, deploys the Supernova for that aerial denial, and the Blinding Light as well locks them down. They lose 2 heroes very quick. With that team fight there, a lot of team fight that they cannot deal with. And I remember actually quite clearly that Meepo and the Phoenix are actually a really good combo together because of how the Fire Spirits and the Supernova just really restrict team fights. And
yeah, this is some very old school stuff coming out from Meow, but I think Friends had an opportunity there. I mean, Afterlife got in position, he went all the way around that team fight. But even with the Blink Dagger and with the positional advantage, he could only get an Impale off on that Invoker when everyone was clumped up inside the trees.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't really remember this because I used to play a lot of Phoenix before he was changed. Before he was tweaked a little bit when he was released, and one of my friends actually played a lot of Meepo, and I remember playing a lot of Phoenix, and it just seemed to work very well because we never lost with the combo, the Meepo and the Phoenix combo. because of how it's like a you either fight or flight, and you can't do either when it's a Meepo and Phoenix. Like Meepo just locks you in the fight, and Phoenix prevents you from going in. And now the Quarto Blast coming in as well. The heal bomb, we talked about that. The EMP Tornado gonna start there, and now friends are just getting pounded there, constantly losing the fights. The arrow will come, but do they really want to run into this? Eclipse not gonna do much, as there is going to be a lot of Meepo clones here, and one of them getting low. But is there gonna be enough to drop them all? Will it be enough? Yes, it will. But the Luna will lose her life under shock as well. Now pushing forward, there's still blinding light. There are a lot of heroes here, but the Invoker chasing her down. There is the Eul Scepter, it's not hers, and that is bad news. She gets cold snapped up, and there it will be no time for animations here. Sonic getting bitten here by an Alpha Wolf, but shouldn't have too many problems dealing with this wolf when it does come. And in the end, the Tornado will clear up this wave, and the tier 1 push will continue.
You know, that was a full 5-man wipe up against Friends. They did lose the Meepo on the side of Meow. They're gonna get a tower on the back of that as well, and perhaps when the Meepo respawns, they might consider getting the Aegis as well. But Friends, low respawn times, not too many levels on these heroes. They're gonna fight back here. That Ice Path, unable to catch any stragglers.
EMP. Oh, and they're gonna start with the Eels as well. No follow-up. Afterlife. But yeah, that was a crippling fight. You know, like I said, Meepo strats. I mean, if you let it fly, it could come back to bite you, and bite you.
And that was without the Supernova, so there's a lot more potential for.
I mean, like they already lost to Jakiro, then they almost kind of lost their Nyx Assassin right after as well, and they still decided to go in 3v5. You know, it's kind of typical CIS. They're very aggressive, sometimes at the sake of their own safety. Yes, they got the Meepo, but Meepo for 5 is still not worth it at this point. I think never worth it. I think even if the Meepo is really fun. Yeah.
These high risk reward plays coming out from CIS Dota. That's what makes this Dota really entertaining and fun to watch, I gotta say. Let's see what Friends has up their sleeves here, because they've got a place.
Oh, sorry. According to the odds, actually, the win, the odds for Meow to take this game over Friends is 0 to 8, 1 to 8, I think. So that's a huge odds. Those are huge odds, actually. I'm just reading.
I don't blame the guys on the betting websites for putting down those odds, though. Friends, veterans on their squad. On any day, actually, I'd have said Friends are the better team here, but Meow just going blow for blow with them.
The big wraparound here could be game ending here if they're not careful. The Tornado comes in and catches all 3 of them in the EMP as well. The Phoenix has time to set up. The Cardo's still holding his own for now. The Invoker getting caught, but the blinding light, just so much control, and the sun gets destroyed. But is it gonna be enough? Meepo's got plans for the Shadow Demon. He tries to dodge the net, but he can't dodge the kill. And now the Nyx Assassin going in for that multi-stun. Will it be enough? It looks like it's gonna be. And that Quarto Blast gonna be completely deflected by the Nyx, and a counter. Well, half team wipe comes out here from Friends. We were just talking them up, but now they caught at a weird angle and they get picked off. Even with that Invoker startup with the Tornado.
Yeah, it looked like Meow were actually gonna disengage really well, but then they chose to go back in. I think that Supernova, once they saw that they couldn't stop the Supernova egg from being brought down, they should have just turned tail and run instead of giving up the Meepo and the Kotl on top of it.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, hasty decisions, some reckless moves coming out from Meow. What should have been a quick, clean escape ends up being 3 going down on their end. Well, Friends will walk away happily with a lot of money in their coffers.
Yeah, the thing about these matchups, you know, where one team is, you know, the quote-unquote more experienced team, is that both sides will actually, Massacre, you gotta get caught, the arrow's gonna follow up as well, it's gonna be an easy one, the beams land, and Invoker's gonna be pretty glad I think the Tornado didn't land because of that spike carapace. But yeah, the thing is that, you know, they may have the better lineup, they may have the early lead, but sometimes it can all be thrown in a matter of seconds because of the decision making that leads to a lost Rex into a dieback, into a quick game end. You know, oftentimes we see that happen even when the enemy team is looking to be in an advantageous position.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Meepo, he's just got his 2 boys standing outside.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadows are definitely something that can really ruin your day. Make those horrendous team fights come through.
Yep, they're still looking for him. They think he's hiding out in the trees, dropping scans and all that.
He's gonna pop back in. That's not the play. Okay, he's dead.
Yeah, that was.
Tanks 1. But is he gonna be able to bail out of that? The clones are coming in. They could be losing a lot of heroes here. They're out of burst. Afterlife is slowed down significantly, and the boots of travel they lock him down. Ascendancy trying to escape out of here. I don't think he will be able to bail out. Where are the buddies? He kills the Mirana. Ascendancy still running. Afterlife has the impale. Come on, just use it, man. Alright.
Oh, so that was close.
They get
but yeah, it was not bad. He goes 1 for 1, takes down the Mirana. who at this point is basically their core.
Yeah.
While Nyx Assassin does get the return kill. I think it's okay. Meepo could have... I mean, worst case, he'd have died without actually getting anyone there.
Yeah. And, oh, again, no tornado. You know, reminds me of Tolero from yesterday, if you guys were watching. The Sand King that could. But at least we'll be seeing more Tolero in the future times. And Yoku, they're gonna start things off here with his cloned army with Shadow Demon. Gonna start marching those fake Lunas down the lane, take out those creep waves. And this
So
gives
the next
Shadow
big-
Demon some farm as well.
The next big power spike is going to come when Sonic finishes up his Ag Scepter. I think he's already got it. Yeah, he's got the full Ags online. So as soon as it's daytime, I think Friends walks out with a gem and... or rather, Meow walks out with a gem and tries to make some plays.
Yeah. Well, the shot. He has his Aghanim Scepter as well. But so far, like I said, you know, Eclipse has really been less effective this game because of all the Meepo clones soaking all that damage. They have that increased magical resistance. It starts to add up. Makes the Eclipse less powerful. And of course, there's always that Grave. But then Friends have a lot of aerial denial, have a lot of lockdown for that Meepo as well. The Spike Carapace, they have the Impale, they have Ice Path. It's not the, you know, smoothest game here for that Meepo pick. So
Yeah, and another really interesting but not as useful, or rather not as well caught out benefit to the Eclipse is that it turns day to night while it's active, which means that Cuddle's Aghanim Scepter will be shut down for the duration of those team fights.
oh yeah, that's true. It's very true. It's not a completely useless information as well. The Roshan is going to be picked off. They do Moonlight ahead of time, but yeah, getting bashed here, wasting quite a bit of Moonlight duration. I think they really expected this to go down a lot faster. They give it over to Mirana, so that is something to note as well. They give it over to the Mirana. They don't want her to get picked off. But yeah, Mirana reviving is not going to be the same impact as a Luna reviving, so we'll see how it turns around.
Yeah, but I guess it's because Yoku there's less chances of
Invoker.
Yoku dying now that he has his
It's
BKB.
caught. There's going to be a beam as well, but he has that tornado. He has the Eel Scepter for this guy as well. He goes for the Ghost Walk. Do they have any bailout? They have Dust, but they can't catch him. Too fast, too furious, and Friends ruin their chance at picking off that Spellcaster, the big fancy wizard, will stay alive. And oh, double Star Storm coming in. The Deafening Blast though disables that Mirana shot, and that will not allow any further altercations from happening. But that's a long rolling boulder. Long wax, 1 exalt only, so the boulder more scary than anything.
Yeah, but Meepo, he's been split pushing that top lane all the while, so
Yeah,
Friends
that's
can't commit to this push.
exposed tier 3 now, so that's a potential threat for Rex. If they're not careful. I've seen games.
He's gone for the double Dragonlance build as well, so lots of stats, fair amount of damage coming out this early on. They cannot afford
I
trade.
kind of want him to get a blink though.
Oh yeah, it just completely slipped my mind that he's not chosen not to go for the Blink Dagger. I'd have assumed that'd be his default pick.
I mean, it is the cost of a Dragonlance or more than a Dragonlance, so maybe you just want to really cheat out those quick stats. But yeah,
I guess he's just got no intent of fighting at the moment.
that's true,
Plans
but it does help him get out of a pinch as well. So M111, they're gonna have that Meepo split push around the map and really threaten Friends. You know, I've seen a lot of games where a team just commits so hard and this Meepo just goes to the end of the game. The arrow, whoa, Invoker just really living life on edge there. And he's gonna get recalled, but there is going to be a right click on him, so he will not be getting that. But,
Meanwhile, Meepo, he's got a Glimmer Cape upon him as he tries to sneak in next to Afterlife. But Afterlife is looking to cancel out a TP. There's actually
Hero
TPs
TP
coming
in,
into his lane
Shadow
as well.
Demon TP in. There's not enough people to gank him. And the Keeper does
They
have
have
a
a
gem.
gem.
He does have a gem. This is problems for Afterlife. He gets caught there. The Spike Carapace will lock him down for now. But there are no Friends coming in. Oh, there are. Undershot brings the whole lineup in. Will they get the port out though? Oh no, they're turning to fight. They will decide to fight this instead because they know that they're lost there. And the Keeper needs to get out of there in time. And he does escape with his gem. So the two Moon Warriors coming in time to bail out their supports. And the Meepo goes down again.
So Afterlife actually got pushed off of the cliff, so there was no opportunity for the Meepo to bring him down while he was dropping himself. That was a little unfortunate for Meow, but Friends played that perfectly. They used the Nyx Assassin to set up for a kill,
this
used him as
Invoker.
bait even.
Oh, the juke here from the Mirana, but the Ghost Walk comes out, so no kill. The arrow, fire blindly. Okay, the creep, but Keeper brings him back. But I think the most important thing was the Keeper surviving with the gem, and looks like they really want to commit to the split push. This Invoker low, but still wants to go in for that push, and again, throwing the non-threatening boulder over. It still does decent damage, actually.
Still about a minute to go, or 2 minutes to go before the Aegis is reclaimed. But Afterlife has now become that ever-looming threat on the map, with a reduced cooldown on that Vendetta. Meow. Can't walk out without their cuddle online.
Yeah.
Friends?
Next assassin always gonna be strong against the keeper.
Friends can't commit to this. Undershock is nowhere in the vicinity, so they're just gonna do some chip damage and back away. But look at the chip damage hurting the Invoker as well. He's down to half HP just at the hands of Lunar Illusions.
Meepo.
It's disgusting.
Meepo. They're chasing him. They're chasing him deep for this one. No Fear doesn't have an Eel Scepter, but immediately goes down. So leading them on a chase here. Friends losing their Aegis soon enough.
It is smoke time though. They know that they've taken down the Aegis timer, so they're gonna try and play around it right now. We're gonna double damage rune in the river, gonna be given over to the Invoker, I believe. Maybe the Meepo picks it up. Yeah, but he still has no blink dagger, so
I think it no longer gives to the Meepo clone, so it's not as effective giving it to Meepo anymore.
Are you sure about that? Because I think there was some mechanic
Afterlife.
where if you're near the rune.
Afterlife. That vision. Oh, the Spike Carapace gonna start things off there, and they immediately go for the stun. Then they have that Phoenix. He walks into a nice bluff though. That's gonna be dangerous for him. Man have to deploy the stun, and he does. They lose that Nyx Assassin right off the bat. And always want to fly. Get it bounced back in there with that blinding light. Perfect play here from that Kodo. Once again, proving to be a really strong pick. No Fear. Walked into an ice wall, and that is not where you want to be. The Kodo Blast gonna be missing there, but the Meepo here to claim his life. But the triple kill for the Invoker. Double damage with Alacrity. Pretty potent stuff. Throws out those energy balls one by one and takes down 3 heroes there. Now Friends in danger of losing Rex. No buyback across the board. That is bad news. Oh no. Meepo can shred your base fast. Oh no, the tornado as well. Does he have BKB? He does. So he has to use that BKB now. But the Eclipse is going to be very ineffective, like we talked about. That Weave just really shredding this Luna's armor right now. He has to be careful. They're lucky for him. The nets are not like Naga nets. Do not go through BKB. The heroes are coming back. Shadow Demon reviving. Mirana looking for a peek there from the south. We'll find it on the range creep. Very unfortunate. Now Meepo making his quick escape there after a really big win there. Ascendancy will bail out. And now Invoker. He's the last one out of there. Will he get out? No, he does not. He gets stunned. His TP cancelled. There's the Eel Scepter. He will send him out. He has that Ghost Walk. He should be home free. And the rest of his team will get away with murder. The arrow, do not walk into that, my friend. No, he will survive. And that is a big deal. As Friends lose a side of Rex, that's going to be lane equilibrium for the rest of the game in the Radiant favor. So, man. Oh, it's looking good now.
Bam, thank you, man. That was so well done by Meow. Took 3 kills into a lane of barracks and such a crisp disengage coming out from them. Not overstaying their welcome. Very disciplined moves coming out from them. And they've now found themselves in a very cushy spot going forward in this game.
Yeah.
Friends, though, I don't want to count them out just yet. Lunar Shadow Demon always good at pushing back, and it's really about that one big team fight. The winner takes the set of buildings, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, definitely. And I like what Meepo is going for. You know, no blink still. It kind of makes me twitch a little bit, but there is still that Manta style that you can poof to. So you have those Meepo Manta illusions that can be used to split push that you can port to and port out of. So there's still that, you know. Ascendancy is gonna pick up that little bit of I don't know what you call them, a little bit of escape. You know, still like to see him get a blink dagger, but not gonna be the case. You always want to fly is going to drop a observer deep inside, and Invoker DC's out, so not a good time. But the Moonlight Shadow is gonna get scouted here, I think. Yeah, the Radiant sees this.
Yeah, they definitely see it, and Always Wanna Fly meanwhile sees the Invoker heading his way, but it's mutual. They see Always Wanna Fly disappearing as well, I believe. Just gonna quickly swap over to Vision. Yeah, they see him. Maybe he's gonna try for a tornado from down south. He actually has a blink, so he could blink and Yules him up and then try and make a play, but it's risky. It's very risky given that everyone from Friends is in the vicinity.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Yoku and Ko just grouping up now and trying to take fights, because you basically don't want to let that Meepo split push you and force you to make tough decisions every time you try and reach high ground yourself. Meow, it's pretty straightforward for them. They've just got to try and split the map up, try and wait it out till it's the next daytime, and then try and make a move once more. While the Meepo keeps the lanes pushed out beyond the river. Maybe then they take Roshan and try once more. But it's getting harder and harder to kill this Meepo. He's got a lot of stats, a fair amount of armor.
I think the they can still make it work, you know. It just takes a little bit more effort. I think the main issue is Luna cannot afford to waste too many of those BKB charges because she has picked it up early, kind of early, and then she wasted the first charge defensively to run away. So she has got 9 seconds left. Once it goes down to 5, I don't think it's going to last long enough for her to actually stay dominant in these fights. So blue screen of death does...
So we did actually speak about the whole illusion army coming towards Meow, but Meow has the tools to deal with it. I can't say the same for Friends. When you've got Meepo clones, Meepo illusions coming knocking on your doorstep with a lot of heals. The Coddle Blast during the daytime, the Sun Ray from the Phoenix, not to mention the Dazzle himself. Killing that Meepo is almost impossible, and Friends might just get a taste of their own medicine here.
Yeah. Mirana. Lincoln Sphere... I don't know about this item pickup actually. What is there to Lincoln's away? Cold Snap?
Yeah, I'm not convinced by this.
I am super non-convinced by this. I don't know. This pickup, it's real curious. You know, I'm not in a position to say this is game losing, but it's definitely a curious pick. You know, normally you pick Lincolns against those really game breaking spells that can own you, like Doom, Bloodseeker's, what do you call it, Rupture. Yeah, I mean, Mana Leak is kind of dangerous, but you know, you can always get a Manta Style for that, or even an Eel Scepter to get out of those. I think, honestly, the Blink Dagger, Eels is better, I think. Well, I don't know.
Eels, BKB, I think both hold a lot of merit here for the Mirana. If she wanted to go full aggro, even a Dagon is something I'd have gotten behind.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of how Weavers in the past, when he was go-to offlaner, I don't know, you know how many years ago, but yeah, there's, you know, Mineski, actually really long ago, like 2 years back, 3 years, the offlane weavers always, or the safe lane weavers always went for this Lincoln's first, regardless of what they faced up against. You know, they got it for the stats, they got it for that mana regen, you know, just for the nice, you know, for stats.
Yeah.
And that's when before Lincoln's was buffed. So
I think it's something similar with Morphling today. Even though there's many reasons, many situations where he doesn't need the Lincolns, many Morphlings will choose to build it over a Dragonlance or maybe even a BOT Rush.
Alright, so this blue screen, hopefully it doesn't cause any problems for Meow, because I hate for them to lose all that progress they've been getting. I mean, this Invoker started off Quas Wax and now has started getting more levels bit by bit. You know, the Tornado EMP proving to be a powerful control tool in these fights. And maybe other teams, you know, if they were tuning into this, they could maybe consider this instead of going for what everyone considers as the top build now. I would think that having this EMP Tornado, I don't know.
It is refreshing to see an Invoker that's doing his job right, though. Yesterday, unfortunately, we didn't get to see that display. I believe it was BCC on the Invoker. But yeah, we didn't get an overwhelming display of skill this time around. It's a little different. He's doing his job. He's doing what he's expected to do. I think his primary role was to stop the pushes from Friends, but it's now turned into a situation where he can just go ham on the map and create space. And he's done that perfectly. Meepo's made the most of it. He isn't on the top of the net worth chance. Luna still holds that title, but Meepo definitely putting a lot more pressure than the Luna could have.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, in other news, it's yeah, apologies for the wood PC, and we're going to be starting the game again, so no panic.
Comeback is real.
Ascendancy, please run away. Gotta be careful here. Does he have buyback though? He does not have buyback, so if he dies here, it could mean base. So has to be careful here. The Forge Spirits are going to be annoying. They're going to push out the wave a little bit. A little bit is still annoying. You know, you kill off a range creep or two, you can really cause the momentum to go the other way. But then again, Mirana is
she's the best at applying momentum at this point, but they have the scan available in the Radiant, so Meepo can port to the bottom and drop out a scan towards the secret shop area. Yeah, they reveal themselves on the top side, no need to scan.
I like how the Coddle is just playing aggressive here with his Blink Dagger, being able to position himself in tactical positions. And you know, as a Coddle player, you just gotta feel
he's gonna get caught out at bottom. Looks like Meepo could be losing his life. There is backup coming in, but they can't stop him.
Yeah, you can't stop them like that. Once they poof out, they're out. They get stunned at their location, but it's not enough. I think the Knicks started a little bit early, but they were on their way out already, so that was the only time for him to get caught. And you need the Aghanim Scepter for prolonged stuns with the Burrow Spike Carapace. So, you know, with Burrow Spike Carapace, you can actually keep a guy there for really long if you space out your stuns properly. They can never get out of there. The meeples can never get out of there.
That is disgusting to know.
7 seconds on Impale, and that's 2.8 second stun. It's almost a 3-second stun on Impale. And then you have that Spike Carapace that stuns for another 2.4. So if you space those out, he will never get a poof off, I think.
This reminds me of the old school Meepo where you could ensnare through BKB if I'm not mistaken, and you just
can
hold
ensnare
folks
through
in position.
BKB, you can ensnare through invisibility. They nerfed that over time, and it's a fair thing, you know. The Meeple's lockdowns are really pretty obnoxious. Prevents you from going invis if you get caught in it, but it doesn't get you once you're invis, and it no longer pierces magic immunity as well. But Earthbind still does, or Geostrike still does.
Geostrike, yeah. Well, Roshan's going to come back online in a couple of seconds. I think that's where the next big skirmish is going to take place. But they are doing the right thing, Mia. They've been pushing out that top lane. Creeps slowly making their way into the base.
That Meepo clone just going to be annoying. Massacre. There's Luna. The Luna illusions are just keeping things in check, but Sonic, I like how he's doing this. He's just being annoying little old man. Don't take the arrow now, come on. Ooh, Sonic. That was not the path to run in.
Oh, he's dodged the Nyx assassin.
He's got away, and now without that, he has the beam though. They will get him with the observer wards inside. Yeah, they do have that Tinker ward, so they find him, and they will claim the gem from him. So poor old guy gonna take a fall there. There is a gem in the stock, I think. No, it's not out yet. It'll be out in 1 minute, so nothing too much was lost there. You know, they gift over the gem, but they still have that option to get it back soon enough. But they went chasing the Coddle, so look what happened to bottom lane. Pushed out. And that's the lane they don't want push out, because that's the lane that naturally pushes already. They always have to keep it in check. So if they want to mount any push, it has to be that bottom lane has to be like at least past the river, because otherwise it's gonna be an invitation for Meepo to go take base. And he can actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah, fortunately they have that tier 2 standing at mid.
No, I mean go for throne. He can go straight for the throne. I've seen Meepos do that. You know, like you commit your 5-man here and they let you take a couple of Raxes and then he base races you, and you don't win a base race to Meepo at this stage yet.
I definitely wouldn't put it past them. A, because they're a CIS team and they love making these high risk plays. High risk, high reward plays rather. And B, because he's just got so many stats and so much base damage at the moment.
Yeah, the whole thing is the Invoker has so much area control, so if you try for any kind of TP, you get caught in a tornado, you have those TPs cancelled, you know, you can't run across the map before your throne goes down, so I would love to see this game end that way, but you know, that's a little bit too many things to ask for. We already got a Meepo, we already got some old school Invoker. I mean,
Afterlife again
Meepo.
on the prowl.
Oh, gotta be real careful here. Afterlife could be starting that. Oh, there is gonna be that Manta style. They are gonna start things off, but this time his team is there to bail him out. There's the tornado. It's gonna start things. Perfect 4-man EMP tornado. Gonna catch them all out. Afterlife out of matter. Here comes the Eclipse, but these are full health Meepos. They are tough. They are rough. They're gonna be starting. They're gonna start to pound away at this Dire squad. They are gonna be on the run here. Invoker says no. He jumps forward. His team doesn't really want to chase, but here's another spell waiting for him. That's the Sunstrike. The arrow's gonna miss. The Undershock failing that return kill. The Ghost Walk is there. The Phoenix Sun does deploy, and it's just going to be a Zoning Sun. The Lunar Illusions are going to be there. The Tornado going to fly out once again. Going to be dodging that Jakiro. The Ice Path comes out. They look for the Coddle. But is it enough? The Double Star Storm is here. Meepo still looking for targets. I like this juking coming out, but no fear. Now in trouble. Meepo finds the Shadow Demon. They will find Jakiro as well. Again, 3 heroes down. Only Nyx is the buyback. And this could mean another lane of Rax friends on the rocks here. And this Yoku Luna is just not farming fast enough. You know, you expect more items at this point, but there's just so much pressure on them. They can't even take a vacation to go rush.
They're just going straight through the backdoor protection right about now. And that was such a messy fight. It should have just been a Nyx assassin that dies by himself, but now it's ending up more.
Force that BKB out maybe. Yoku want to hold on to that. Loses his mana. The Mirana jumps in there. Could be risking her life. Here comes the Nyx assassin. He goes for that burrow. They blind him. The Coddle will take a blast to the face now. Yoku deploys that BKB. Is that going to be enough? The Sunray is still healing this Meepo up. And the BKB on Phoenix. First item BKB First time I've seen that. Ascendancy now gonna get healed up again by that Caudle. This is why they picked that hero. Now out of BKB, the Luna has to run away. Afterlife getting swarmed there by the Meepo clones. 40% damage resist, not enough. The Eel Scepter keeps them up. Undershock walks into that Ice Path, gets blasted down again. The Lincoln Sphere gonna deflect the Mana Leak, but no fear. Now trying to hold the tide here. Ascendancy, so much damage, so much viability here. The Shadow Demon does keep the clones off the Meepo there, and he still gets out alive. That bloody guy, just so slippery, will stay alive. Phoenix goes down, but the melee Rex will as well. And that's 2 sides of Rex's loss there already for friends.
Yep, the passive casualty and all of that were the range barracks at bottom. That was such an amazing back and forth exchange coming out from Meow. Friends, unfortunately, unable to lock down to the target. Meepo, really some insane plays coming out from the Meepo and the Coddle in synergy with each other. Just healing up the Meepo clones, jumping out of the fight, poofing out, coming back in, waltzing again. Very well done skirmish by Meow. And a much deserved lane of barracks. But Friends now on their last limbs in this best of 1. It's a very uphill battle for them if they want to make a fight back.
And what a surprising turn of events as well. You know, never expect the Friends to go out in the first round robin of the D2CL Season 9. And it will be a different atmosphere. I mean, without Vega, without Friends, next thing you know it, Empire drops their game as well. You know, you never know. These things can happen. Best of ones are just brutal. And not picking respect picks against this Meepo and going straight for that Jakiro anyway. That seemed really bold to me.
Yeah, I think we're looking at one of those Counter-Strike Go style tactical pauses coming out where Friends is just regrouping and re-strategizing about how to come back from this. But let's see. It's definitely difficult for them to take it forward. They are able to fight. Their Luna's not taking that much of a beating, but she's not dishing out the pain either. Her items, like you mentioned, a little underwhelming here. She's got survivability, she's got push-oriented lineups like the items like the Manta style, but she's really not packing a punch at this point.
Yeah, you need that butterfly for your glaze to really hurt. And I mean, you're gonna really hurt because you have 2,000 health on those Meepos. You skip Blink for a reason because it's still a Dragonlance worth of stats. And it's just really too much meat to eat through. And the Shadow Demon might be a little bit out of his element if he's not careful. It is nighttime though, so there is that. They clone up that Meepo, but he gets the tornado hit on him, so always want to fly. He deploys that. The Weave is going to be deployed. The Roshan is there. The Blinding Light is here. Will they find it in time? The Meepo finds the Aegis, so even if they kill him now, he is going to be out home free. Nyx Assassin going for that TP. They're going for the poos. Some Meepo clones are still left behind. Where will that Meepo actually port out to? He will actually get home free. So this Aegis effectively uncontested. And Meow, they're looking to nail in the coffin of Friends one by one now.
Yeah, good luck killing that Meepo twice. He's also got a good 5.6k gold in his stash. I don't even know what he goes for from here. Probably a Skadi instead of one of those Dragonlances?
Yeah, probably. He's got 5,000 gold. I would like to see that. Maybe an E-Blade as well. E-Blade does give you quite a bit of stats. Allows you to save a Meepo that's getting focused down, nuke someone, you know, in a clutch situation. There's that shotgun Meepo available. Ascendancy still hasn't gotten that Blink Dagger, and I don't believe I've seen many Meepos that skip the dagger. But I think this is a run at you Meepo, you know, doesn't really care whether or not you want to catch him. He doesn't really care that much. And I really love this Caudle synergy with him. This is great. Just mass healing the Meepos. You know, you can't keep all the Meepos alive at once, but when you're at Dazzle, you have that Sunray, you have the Caudle Blast. It's just so good combined together. And,
yeah, now that I'm looking at the Meow lineup, I feel like an Ancient Apparition might have added a lot of value for Friends.
Yeah, you know, no respect for Meepo, you know. Arbet should have proven to the world that a clutch Meepo pick can shut down even the greatest teams. And now Afterlife trying to go for a jump here on an Aegis Meepo. This might not be the solution here. Afterlife getting forced up into the enemy. He's going to be killed underground or not, but that's going to save him a step. He doesn't have to bury himself after. The Eel Scepter going to catch the Shadow Demon off guard. He self-banishes, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Luna looking hopelessly as the Meepo swarms his teammates. Here comes the Mirana with the double Starstorm. Takes out the Dazzle, but he gets netted. The gem is there, and the Mirana stuck in a hard place to get out of, and that Sunstrike's gonna come. The gem will drop there into that large camp, but this triple kill on Ascendancy could ring the bells here. Friends might just throw in the towel here. Oh,
He's
man.
still got the Aegis. There is nothing that Friends can do about this. Celemane is gonna have to bestow some huge blessings on Yoku if he wants to fight this off, but it seems nigh impossible at this point.
Yoku, he has that butterfly. The Cold Snap gonna start holding that BKB for now. Oh, no fear, getting mana leaked up. He heals himself to get out of trouble, but I think this is pretty much GG. BKB is deployed on Invoker. This is the final shutdown. Yoku, he has to use that BKB now or it's bust. The Mega Creeps are already going to be streaming in after this. The range racks will fall. The last of the Shadow Demon Luna. The last breath of the Shadow Demon Luna strat. Yoku going to pop that BKB, try and make something happen, but Ascendancy is just laughing at his attempts to shut him down like, oh man, you got a piece of this. Yoku gonna swamp there, Butterfly or not. Invoker takes out the Shadow Demon. Luna goes down. Good game, well played, and well, friends are out. Meepo at the back of a Quaswex Invoker and a double heal lineup takes out the Dire and cleans out their entire base.
This tournament just got a lot more exciting, man. 3 wins for the qualified teams, 2 for the invited ones. Meow taking out Friends is something I really did not see coming by a long shot. And Empire, all eyes on them now. Let's see if they can hold on to their slot as well.
Yeah, I mean, all the named teams are just dropping out one by one like flies, and they got absolutely dumpstered. Vega got dumpstered. Friends got dumpstered. Well, we'll see what happens to Empire. I think they will be shivering. They are the last set for today. We've got 2 more to do before we reach them. But the next set coming up should be quite the entertainment as well. Let me see what it's...
We've got Power Rangers versus Effect,
yeah,
I think.
Power Rangers versus Effect. You know, Power Rangers is kind of a name team as well. I call them the Giant Slayers. They always lose to smaller teams. They only kill big teams back in the day. You know, back when Na'Vi and Alliance were in prime. They always shut them down really easily. You never bet against Power Rangers when it's Na'Vi or Alliance. But, you know, we'll see how they do against... we'll see how they do against the Effect. And yeah, with that, we'll hop into the next game. Thank you guys for watching. Apologize for those technical issues earlier on in the match. And well, I hope this match made up for it. I think it sure did with that Meepo pick. And yeah, we'll be right back with game number 2. We have 4 games today. This is just 1 game. So stay with us. I'm Lysander, he's the real Cloud X. And we'll be right back with more D2CL action. Stay with us.